What is up, everybody, and welcome back to The Intern. Today is an interesting video for you with an injury report and kind of waiver wire pickups. And we're kind of at this interesting point that there are some injuries, a lot of injuries already in the NBA, but also at the same time, a lot of the injuries we talked about last week are still in play, so you can look back at last week's video. Right now, the injury report for this one is kind of low. There's not really a lot to talk about. There's a lot more of concerns that we need to look at. A lot of players are also mostly day-to-day. I mean, obviously, we're not going to have big injuries yet. I mean, it's really... when we really see the big, terrible injuries is when we start getting, like, November, December, and then that's, like, kind of bad ones. And then when we really see, like, out for the seasons, January, February. We're already seeing some injuries. Some of them we haven't even talked about last year. But yeah, let's just get started with obviously number one, Golden State Warriors. Stephen Curry tweaking his ankle last game and being out for the next 2 games for sure. I would be interested to see if Stephen Curry is out for more. So he's already going to be out for the Pelicans today, technically, and the Pelicans tomorrow. And then you have Houston in the back end, I think, on Saturday. So let's see if he's back for Saturday. But without him there, I really want to see who steps up offensively for the Golden State Warriors. Right now, I would assume that you're probably looking at, even if Brian Podziemski having literally like a broken face, you would probably be looking at Brian Podziemski, Trace Jackson-Davis maybe getting a little bit more reps. Jonathan Kuminga should pop out and really show out well. And other than that, I don't think you can for sure say that there's going to be some great offensive play from maybe Buddy Hield is another one that would be good. But other than that, again, we'll have to see. Those are waiver wire pickups that I would be looking at because those are players that could have great games. Brahms Dempsey, the biggest one. If they give him the reps, he will prove it and he will be good. D'Anthony Melton also out for the Golden State Warriors. Not really a big miss. Not really a big, like, horrible, oh no type of ideal. Still an interesting ideal nonetheless. Up next, we have the New Orleans Pelicans. Again, just like we said with the Pelicans or the Warriors, Pelicans having 2 games today, tomorrow against the Warriors. But for them, the interesting thing is they're going to have a game Friday and Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. So 4 games for the Pelicans. But the biggest blow out of all this for the Pelicans is DeJounte Murray is out for 4 to 6 weeks. You cannot make up a worse story for the Pelicans literally trading for DeJounte Murray. DeJounte Murray looks nice. The Pelicans look like a great team. And then DeJounte Murray breaks his hand. Breaks his hand. And is out for 4 to 6 weeks. I mean, what are the odds of that? It is insane to me that they got that unlucky. And for the Pelicans, I'm worried going to start Herb Jones at center, which is a big, oh my gosh, what is happening moment. The New Orleans Pelicans looks like a team that could really succeed potentially for the future. I think there are a lot of question marks, understandably so, in center position. What's going to happen for the future when it comes to everyone getting touches? I mean, Trey Murphy III's out right now for 1 week, but what's going to happen when he comes back? I mean, are you going to take away touches from Herb Jones? Are you going to take away touches from Brandon Ingram, Zion? What's going to happen with Brandon Ingram? I mean, this Pelicans team, I'm a little worried. I'm a little worried for them. I think if things go bad, we could see a chance of them trying to not press a reset button completely, but more of a, okay, let's move out Brandon Ingram, bring in a center. Okay, that's not working. Now let's try to look and move other pieces to get different players like Trey Murphy or Herb Jones. I'd be interested to see with this Pelicans team because I'm also pretty sure they're closer to the luxury tax as well, if I'm not mistaken. Lastly, I mean, there's not really any other injuries. You can go to the Raptors, like, people are out for 1 game, but they're going to come back. You can go to the Grizzlies, who we talked about a lot last week, and now they have people back. Let's talk about the craziness with Joel Embiid and Paul George. Only 2 games this week, which is kind of good when you think of these potential injury managements. Joel Embiid already being out for 2-ish games. Joel Embiid also saying that he will not be playing any back-to-backs ever again. I am interested, and I mean interested, to see what happens with Embiid in the future. Because for me right now, Joel Embiid is someone that if you're looking at a points league, not like a lock-in, just a league that you need him to play almost every other game a week, or at least a lot of games, it is almost no point to have him and draft him early. You're going to get him later on. I am shocked also with how they said they were injured, where it was literally like a day or two before, and they said, oh, by the way, all of our players are out for the next week. Joel Embiid's supposed to miss more time as well. I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't. Paul George, also another one that's still dealing with injury soreness from his post-injury. I don't know what's going on. The league's investigating them. But man, oh man, if I'm the 76er fan, if I pick Joel Embiid and Paul George, what is going on is the least of my worries. It's when are they coming back? And for me, I'm guessing maybe this Memphis game or next week. But with them out, you're probably looking at Andre Drummond, who would be a great pickup at center position. You're looking at other players that are going to get touches. I am so interested to see what could happen with this team, because right now it's interesting, man. You're lost for words when a team is about to have their first game in a day or two before they say, by the way, our 2 main players and one they just signed. Well, actually, you know what? With Paul George, it's kind of understandable with the hyperextension. Even though they said that he was going to be fine and he wasn't going to miss time, the hyperextension for Paul George to go, hey, by the way, it was part, like the actual injury on Paul George right now for ESPN says it's still injury soreness from his past injury last year. While Paul George is, of course, again, the hyperextension that re-aggravated it. He's going to be fine, though. And then they say he's still going to play the opener. Of course, didn't. Joel Embiid, still dealing with injuries. I don't know. This is just a shocking way for just this season to start. And it's going to set the tone, I think, for the rest of the season. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoy. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.